Alright guys, welcome to another video of Stock 51 Pending. So, recently I was acquired, or retained to do a repair for a soda machine in a school by an assistant, of course. And they reached out to me to fix their soda machine. So, I am not an email person. I will text you all day long. So what happened was that I prepared an email and I added a little extra paragraph into the email, and I clicked send on my phone. My phone said that it was sent. So I'm looking at that email. I reached out to the person that I was supposed to go to originally, and they said that they got the email. And I said, that's great. But the question is, which email did you get? Because on the second conversation I spoke to him, that the assistant said that you had to email both of us. So I sent out a second email. So now she says that we received an email, and they received the email, the second one, but I still want to know if they received the first one. And the first one was only sent to the manager of the school. So now the assistant is now catching attitude with me for trying to figure out which email, and she's acting like every time I say something and I'll say it, and if she's like, wait a minute, what did you say? And I have to repeat myself again. Now, I'm hard of hearing, and yes, it's a pain in the butt when you have to repeat somebody, or when I ask somebody to repeat, they always find it annoying. I find it very annoying that it's not that she's not telling me to repeat myself because she doesn't hear me. She's just telling me to repeat myself because she finds it annoying and stupid, because she thinks that I'm asking for I'm sending an invoice to her, and she thinks I'm asking her for money. And I've said, I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just asking you to relay the message that I sent to you to the who the message is supposed to go to. And she's just catching attitude all the way. She's like, don't get it twisted. Look, I think you're taking it the wrong way. I don't work very good with my, with email and stuff. I work very good with my hands, and I'm here to fix it. And I fixed your equipment, and I'm just trying to get. So then she tells me, well, at 2:00 on a Thursday afternoon, he will schedule a call with you, but he will only do that after you email him. I'm like, well, you're the assistant. Can you email him and let him know that I am okay with that appointment over the phone? I cannot come into the school again. I don't have time. And she's like, well, I'm not supposed to do that. That's not part of my job. I'm like, you're the assistant. You are the one that called me. You are the one that basically hired me. So why are you not responsible for it? You did half the job, but you wouldn't finish the job? Like, what the hell is that? What's the problem? So I'm trying to tell her, listen, send the email to wherever you gotta send it to get the appointment ready, because it's been a week. I've been trying to track this person down, and I've been leaving messages, and apparently it's a lot of miscommunication going on. A lot of miscommunication. And I really don't have time to go to school. It's not a big invoice, it's like a few $100 invoice, but the whole thing was, there was a proposition there for them, and I think the proposition would have worked really well for them had they worked, because now it makes me feel like I don't even want to deal with this assistant anymore, because I don't think the assistant cares about any of her job, because she's like, oh, this is not part of my job. I'm like, no, it is. You hired me. It is part of your job. You started the job. You need to finish it. You know what I mean? So, this is a school of technology, in Brooklyn, New York. Um, I really don't appreciate her rudeness. And then on top of that, I didn't call her cell phone or anything like that, but she called me because I left voicemail on on the guy's machine. So it's like she went through his voicemail to listen for the message, and then she called me back on her personal line instead of calling me from the school line. She called me on personal line, and then she got mad at me talking to her on her personal line. And I said, "Well, I didn't call you. You called me. Like, you called me. All I did was call the school. I'm not trying to reach out to you. I'm not trying to bother you on your own personal line or whatever it is, whatever the situation may be. I'm not trying to, do anything on your personal line. I'm just reaching out to get an okay or to get some type of confirmation that something will be done. You know what I mean? I'm losing money on the deal if I don't get it, and then I'm gonna lose you more money if this takes more than 2 weeks. It's already been a week, and apparently it's just the owner of the school is in whenever he wants to be. Um, the assistant is obviously going through the messages and listening. So I said, well, since you're going through the messages and you're listening to all those messages that are there, why don't you leave him another message, say at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on that Thursday, we will be able to conversate over the phone and to have this all taken care of. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. Like, what do you mean? You started the job. Finish it. This is so this is just some crazy stuff that I just go through, just like dealing with people. This is why I like cash only. I don't have to deal with no invoice, all this stuff. It's a pain in the butt. It's really, if anyone ever hires you or asks you or say, oh, I'm going to pay you in check, I'm going to pay you later. Oh, you know where we are, we're in the school, we're not moving. Listen, I've seen buildings come down in a day, okay? And I've seen stuff happen that shouldn't have happened. And that's why I don't trust it. I want COD, and I told him COD. I said either sell me, Cash App me, Venmo it, PayPal me, cash it. I don't care how you do it. Just just do it. I don't want to check. But obviously it's a school, so they have to write it off as an expense. So it's just crazy how the assistant would start the paperwork and wouldn't stop. And I'm just gonna let the the owner of the school actually know about this later on when I actually do speak to him. And, this is just crazy. Like, what kind of an assistant art do you have, that starts and doesn't finish all the work, What if I started on the machine and didn't finish it, and just, left it open or something, or didn't finish putting everything back the way it was supposed to be? What would happen then? You would have a non-working machine, right? But you started already, yeah, and I could leave it too, How would you feel about that? You wouldn't feel very good, now would you? So if you started something, you hired me. Why don't you finish the work and get the work done and relay the messages to where it's supposed to be relayed to? You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. I know it's stupid, but this is just the real stuff that goes through. This is just things that go through on a daily basis that just like are crazy. You could just never imagine stuff like this would happen, and there are people screwing you over all day long, and they're welcome. They're more than happy to do it. It's crazy, right? Take care.